so we're here with Jared Payne at Raw Academy. Sorry for pulling you out of the training. What were you doing there? Wrestling class?
Yeah, just picking up some wrestling tips.
All right. Now you're a Muay Thai fighter. Your background is mainly Muay Thai. Is that right?
Yeah, that was my first passion was Muay Thai, and I got into that in Cambodia, which was an awesome experience in itself. And that's kind of where I started, and I fell in love with combat sports ever since.
What's your record right now?
I'm 8-1 in Muay Thai and 1-1 in MMA.
Okay. And how was the transition from kickboxing to MMA?
In the beginning, wasn't too good. I win one fight, but I also lost the other one. But then now I feel more confident since I've been working on my jiu-jitsu and wrestling, which comes, like a package now. So
yeah.
I should be able to perform pretty well.
Okay.
This fight.
How long have you been training here at Positive Respect Creation?
7 years in total.
7 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Was that your base, Muay Thai?
Muay Thai was my base.
Okay.
I didn't start any jiu-jitsu wrestling until 1 year before,
okay.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
So what I really within me is the Muay Thai, but since I have that athletic background already, so I pick things up pretty quickly.
Okay.
And should be able to mix them pretty well.
All right. So you compare your style a bit to Anderson Silva. In what way that how would you compare your style?
His techniques, so much variety.
Yeah.
Like his Muay Thai, he can switch his stance, doing some crazy stuff, lowering his hands and lowering his opponent. I like that too, and I like to switch my stance around southpaw, all stocks, confuse my opponent. And our body type is very similar too. We got long limbs,
yeah.
And he's good on his jiu-jitsu, and that's why I've been working on my back too. And however, I'm doing my wrestling too, so. I'm thinking more GSP than Anderson Silva now, actually.
Yes.
But
yeah, I was on a missions trip to Cambodia, and I worked with an orphanage there for about 9 months. And I just happened to walk into kind of an open-air theater and saw some Muay Thai fights, and I said, "Wow, that's absolutely awesome!" And so I asked a local taxi driver where I can go and watch more, and he ended up taking me to the military police compound. And I met a 4-star general who insisted on me coming back the next morning at 5 o'clock, and the rest is history. The only white person that's ever trained with the Cambodian military. And they obviously hassled me about it all the time and gave me a really hard time. But yeah, I had Payne, which was like nothing to me, but it was an entire month's salary for an entire platoon, like $50 a month or something to train with them. And they hated me as being the big fat white guy, and they just beat me up every day and made me tough, and I had the best experience training with these absolute professional, hardcore killing machines. It was awesome. Part of the team that I trained with was the National Cambodian Kickboxing League, and so I got to fight a lot of my fellow teammates, and I got to fight their rivals.
That you ended up with down there?
10-1.
10-1. Wow. All right. What made you get back into it?
My friend Murray Stogan. He is an absolute awesome human being, and without him, I'd still be playing World of Warcraft all day and night. So I want to put out mad props to Murray Stogan for inspiring me to get. I gotta tell you, there's nothing better than just being exhausted at the end of the day and know that you put in a great day's work, whether it be construction or MMA or lawyer or what have you. I don't care what your job is. If you put in your whole heart, and you're just going to feel good at the end of the day, no matter what it is. Yeah, I'm not a violent person. I don't like raising my voice. I'm very mellow. I hope I'm very mellow. I think I'm very mellow. Yeah, I'm more shy than anything else. I think my biggest concern is going to be I'm going to be a little intimidated by the crowd.
Stage fright.
Yeah, stage fright is. I didn't have to worry about that in Cambodia because I didn't know anybody and I wasn't going to be there for long, and it was just a sea of babble and I couldn't understand anything anybody was saying. So it was just me performing at my best, or trying to perform at my best. And here it's going to be a lot more like family and friends and people I know actually like critiquing me. So I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.